I'm Elisa Parker. This is You've been at Local Picks. Nevada County in the Sierra has a lot of magic and wonder around it and in it. So I'm sure it wouldn't surprise you to know that Nevada County has our very own Magicians Guild. And I'm so excited today to feature our guest. We have Chris the Bard. We have Bruce, who's the founder of the Nevada County Magicians Guild, and Joshua Ray. Mr. Ray is with us here. Welcome, guys.
Welcome. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi.
Thank you.
I see that Chris is already pulling out his props as we speak.
Already pulling up props. You got to have fun. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, and I should also mention, guys, too, that in addition to talking, I want to get the backstory of the Magicians Guild here in our community, and also the Midsummer Festival is happening on July 11th. So it's coming up this weekend at the North Star House. Bruce, you founded this. What was it, over 30 years ago?
Correct. It's been around for decades. And I originally founded it or started it because when I was a young lad, an aspiring magician, I had a club I could attend, and that was in the San Francisco Bay Area in Palo Alto. The very first meeting, I had a bunch of youngsters. I said, "What do we call ourselves?" And someone said, "Nevada County Magicians Guild." And it's been in place ever since. Now, the strong supporter was Mountain Pastimes in Nevada City. And they had a magic counter and sold magic there, and we got to meet at their place. Chris used to work there. So
Chris, so you started in the guild as a child.
I did. Well, so I didn't regularly go to meetings as a child, but I went down to a couple different swap meets in like the Sacramento area when I was 12, 13 with some of my friends who were more actively involved in the guild. I started when I was young. I put it down for a really long time before picking it back up, and it felt like coming home.
Hmm. What is it about magic that makes you feel like you're home?
I really love telling stories. And in the age of minions and, quick little dopamine hits and cartoons that go by in a flash and the 3-second attention span, magic gets kids' attention. And so it's a way of sharing stories that I think are really powerful and important with kids in a way that's also fun and enjoyable for both parties.
I also love the idea of crafting magic and this idea of, not just going and buying the props, or even just the smaller props like my worms. These are so
What are the worms for? What do you do with the worms?
so the worms are part of my show. As Chris was saying, that whole idea of creating wonder and creating this story, my story that I tell through my show is just one of whimsy and wonder, and it's the inimitable worm circus. For example, Reggie here. Reggie, I don't know if you've met before a sword swallowing worm, but we have here a very sharp cocktail sword. And don't try this at home. And then, of course, if you were here, I would have her lean towards you and you could remove the sword gently from her gullet. Unharmed. Reggie, everybody.
And are you going to be presenting the worms at the Midsummer Festival this week?
Yes, this has become my obsession.
So it sounds like, as a magician, part of the excitement about that too is creating something out of
Yeah.
these older traditions, right? So, I mean, Bruce, you've been doing this for years. You started the guild. What is it about that? And is that what keeps this interesting to continue to reimagine what's possible?
absolutely. And I agree with everything both those gentlemen said. And the fascination of being able to bring wonder in a theatrical way, with stories and everything else. We have found our clan.
Very much.
And so we love it when we get together, creating, reinventing, inventing and reinventing.
Yeah.
And the gist of what I believe a magician is, from a muggle's point of view. There was
Yeah.
an ancient quote. I can't remember which magician originally said it. Teller of Penn and Teller reset it when he said, sometimes magic is just being a magician. It's just someone spending more time on something than anyone else might reasonably expect
The ability to be hyper present.
for hundreds of hours before the show.
Yeah. So another word we've touched on but kind of danced around is connection. Because really, for me, magic, that's the simple answer to what made it feel like coming home, is that it's such an organic way to connect through theater and storytelling. And like you say, sharing that hyper presence then with everyone. It's a wonderful thing.
How often, by the way, is the guild meeting here in Nevada County, the Magicians Guild?
Well, ever since when COVID entered our world, we
Yeah.
lost all of our minors, underage
Mhm.
magicians. And so it became more difficult to meet because of COVID, but eventually we got back on track. We give back to the community. We perform all the time. Um, and you go to some other club meetings, whether it's Sacramento or elsewhere, and I don't know, there's a sense of yeah, I don't want to perform. It's my secret. You know, they don't
Mm.
share, or they steal, or you know, and
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah,
talk about that. I was
yeah,
curious too, what is held as this is what stays in this room, and maybe it doesn't. Like, what is that process to
yep,
teach and learn new tricks, and especially in a
yeah,
YouTube era? Like,
right. Mm.
what is that like now as a magician? And also just with this group specifically, what is that culture like as far as teaching and learning and sharing that with others?
magic in the days of old, of Houdini and Thurston and these other magicians, their secrets were tightly guarded because that was their way of making a living. And secrets were stolen or second guessed or reinvented just because they wanted to one up each other.
Yep,
Eventually, with the advent of clubs and organizations, then a lot more sharing was occurring, and then the manufacturing and selling of secrets. So you
yep,
could obtain, even in the era of Houdini, magicians were buying secrets from one another.
yep,
But then a plethora or opportunity to sell it nationwide, worldwide came along, and so secrets can
yep.
be bought and sold. Fast forward to today, and now we have conventions, and the organizations have grown. And so I've often kind of half joked about the Nevada County Magicians Guild that the price of admission is an interest in magic.
And
These guys have more to say, I'm sure,
well, I
about
know
that.
and Chris has been involved in this since you were very
Yeah.
young. So, yeah,
Oh,
what are
yeah.
your thoughts on it, Chris? How has this
Well,
changed your life for what Bruce has helped create here in the community?
I mean, in so many good ways, and like I have other friends have moved on from magic, but who grew up doing magic, and we all did magic on the streets together of Nevada City. And some of the older people around here remember us. They're like, "You were one of those kids who wore a tuxedo and went and stood outside and heckled the drunk tourists." And it was really easy. Like I would just wave my wand, and if you had a few drinks at the Crazy Horse, I'd just make something appear, and I would get gasps, and I would get a $20 bill put right in my hat. There's a sense of collegiality and friendship in the guild. Like I came right after COVID to the guild to be like, you guys are still around. I kind of remember this. And there was like such a warm welcome and such openness really with secrets. Like there was the idea you would demonstrate something and hope to fool everyone. But then if you were really earnest in wanting to learn and you put in the time, like Bruce said, that interest in magic is what buys you the secret from learning from your fellow magi. But there's an aphorism in the magic community too, which is that you pay for the secret, not for the trick. So kind of to tie that all together, there's that idea there is some secrecy involved, and some people do make their living off of selling. They're really, they spend years, decades sometimes developing secrets, like Josh was saying, making things. And so to earn those secrets, sometimes it does take that as well.
And Joshua is a creator as well, by the way. He has actually marketed some of his effects.
I think in some ways it has some of the exposure of some of the magic has um, grown the interest in the public and made it more of a demand that people want to come and see what it looks like in real life. What does this look like on stage? What does this look like? Can they do that same thing that I saw on that, reel in that 15 seconds? Can they do that same trick? Or is it going to be something different? And I think it's always something a little different, but I don't think it's necessarily disappointing.
Bears mentioning that we're all teachers. Just I want to quickly. I saw Bruce
Mhm.
laughing. I don't know if that's what you're laughing about, but yeah, we're
Yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
of us. Yeah, yeah.
All three of us are teachers.
So, what I'm hearing is magic inspires curiosity, creativity, and being present. And I mean, there's the storytelling. It's really wonderful. And we're just so fortunate to have the Nevada County Magicians Guild in our community for so long. Let's talk about the Midsummer Festival that's
Right.
happening this weekend, July 11th. It's from 11 to 4 at North Star House. Tickets are really low cost. I think just $5. What's going to happen?
I'll say quickly, my show is Myth, Mirth, and Magic. And so it's a storytelling magic show. And I'm but one small part of this. There are many other magicians involved, including Joshua Ray and including Anthony Orasali and Sean Klein, who are going to be doing strolling magic. Josh is building some incredible stuff. I'm going to let him talk about that. There are games, but I want him to take that one. There's face painting. There's a Goblin Market. There's a Fairy Queen. There's so much stuff for kids to do. It's really is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be food. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And it's from 11 to 4 at the North Star House this Saturday, July 11th.
Goblin Market. That's all you need.
Goblin Market.
Goblin
Alla
Market.
Christina Rossetti. Yes, the famous poet.
Okay, that's great. And Joshua, what are you going to be doing there?
So
Tell me
yeah,
about
in addition to performing, my whole family is getting involved. We're bringing some spinning plates, kind of an active center for kids to, be at. We're also, my wife and I have been working on creating some different themed crafts. As my friends like to say, it's worms all the way down with me. Yeah.
That's great. The Midsummer Festival. It is on July 11th. I really thoroughly enjoyed connecting with all of you this morning, and I'm so just thrilled to know that you're here and you've been doing this for so long, and it's such an important aspect of what we need right now, I think, in the world. Thank you so much, Josh, Chris, Bruce, for being part of YubaNet Local Picks. I'm Elisa Parker, and we'll see you around the streets. See you at the Midsummer Festival on July 11th.
Sounds great. Thank you, Elisa.
See you then.